Coming up next, destruction as far as you can see from boats to buildings. The victims of Hurricane Ian begin to pick up the pieces.
It just is destroyed and it's ruined, and then you have to start all over again. And honestly, where do you start?
And people in Pennsylvania worry about family and friends down south.
Plus, a warning to those who invest in crypto, after authorities target what they say is a massive Pennsylvania scam.
And public alcohol sales begin tomorrow at Beaver Stadium. The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Michael DeBaton.
And I'm Malia Brown. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story. Hurricane Ian is hitting the Carolinas today, and even central Pennsylvania will see some rain from the storm tomorrow. 2 days after Ian made landfall in Florida, power is still out to millions. Rescues continue after thousands of people were trapped by floodwaters, and homes and businesses are destroyed as people begin to pick up the pieces. So where's the storm right now, and when will it affect us? Let's get right to student meteorologist Caroline Castor with new information. Caroline?
We're actually already starting to see some of the effects of Ian here in State College in the form of some high clouds in our area, but tomorrow it's going to bring us some rain, more cloud cover, and wind just in time for football. So let's take a look at where Ian is right now. It is off the coast of South Carolina. It is a Category 1 storm right now, so it is a hurricane. However, it's nowhere near as strong as it was when it made landfall in Florida on Wednesday. So that is the current radar and satellite. Let's take a look at its track. It's going to make landfall sometime this afternoon and evening in South Carolina, and then it's going to push northward into West Virginia before it turns into a low pressure system. Again, we're just going to get rain here in State College. Nothing hurricane related, nothing even tropical storm related, just a low pressure system full of rain. So here's the futurecast showing when this rain is going to move into our area. This model is going to look a little bit more overzealous than it's actually going to be. Here's the moisture moving into our area. I'm going to have exactly how much rain we're going to have coming up next.
Thanks, Caroline. Lots of people here in central PA are watching, waiting, and wondering how relatives and friends in the path of the storm are doing from Florida to the Carolinas. Reporter Julie Jastrzemski has that story.
Florida communities are dealing with the devastation left behind from the impact of Hurricane Ian. Ian, one of the most powerful storms to ever hit the United States, left more than 2.5 million residents without power. Homes flooded, roofs ripped apart, and some roads blocked from debris and downed power lines. Penn State student Madison Hungerford has family and friends living in Florida.
My sister's friend down in Naples, where they got hit like straight on, her car actually got swept away by the storm surge, like it just floated down the street. And I think her apartment was like 3 floors up, and her apartment was flooding because it was the storm surge got so high, it was raining so much. Some of the water got into her apartment.
Ian first hit Florida's southwest coast Wednesday afternoon with winds up to 150 miles per hour. Many coastal communities remain under several inches of floodwater. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says there are likely hundreds of deaths, but no official death toll has been released. Authorities are urging people in areas hit by the storm to avoid going outside until crews can assess the damage. For residents that must go out, use extreme caution.
We were getting texts like to evacuate, and then we were getting texts where it's like too late. Like if you haven't evacuated yet, like do not move. Like you need to stay where you are. Like it's gonna hit.
President Joe Biden on Thursday declared a major disaster and ordered federal aid to supplement state and local recovery efforts.
This could be the deadliest hurricane in Florida's history.
The American Red Cross is in Florida helping with relief efforts for those recovering from the damage and offering aid to the millions of Floridians sheltered in place. In Center County, I'm Julie Jastrzemski.
And we'll check back with Caroline later in this newscast to find out more about the timing and effects of the storm remnants in central Pennsylvania.
Police are looking for a suspect who they believe planted extremist stickers in locations around downtown State College. Surveillance photos captured a young man wearing a flannel and hoodie. Police believe that's their suspect, and they're asking for their public's help in identifying the man in the photos. And the search goes on today for a suspect in a shooting at Kennywood Amusement Park in West Mifflin. 3 people, including 2 teenagers, were hit by gunfire last weekend. A handgun was found near the scene that had been reported stolen in Ohio last year. Detectives don't have any suspects yet.
A Pennsylvania company is accused in a huge cryptocurrency scandal. Experts say it's a warning to investors to be extra careful with your money. Simone Skinner has more on this story.
Cryptocurrency has skyrocketed in popularity in recent years. Some data shows as many as 1 in 5 Americans invest in digital currency. Penn State student Josh Merrill is one of them.
The technology, and especially the ideas that are presented with cryptocurrency and the economic mechanisms and how everything works, is all super new. And I think that's where the value comes from in cryptocurrency.
But there are downsides. Volatile markets have taken a toll on crypto investments. A Pew Research Center study shows almost half of those who put money into it say their investments have done worse than expected.
In 2021, we had a similar massive bubble that just finished bursting. So we're sort of on the downward trend right now, which is why I think we're starting to see a lot more fraud come about.
There are also scams to worry about. Experts fear investors may have lost millions of dollars to a Philadelphia company that's now accused of massive securities fraud in an alleged Bitcoin Ponzi scheme.
They had like an incentive plan for signing up your friends or something like that where you got proportionally higher rewards. So it sounds believable, but underneath it all, I believe from what I've seen so far, it is just sort of a Ponzi scheme.
These types of crypto scams have been reported by the Bureau of Consumer Protection over the last 3 years in Pennsylvania. Last year, PA scam losses $3.5 million. This year, losses are already up to $8.2 million. Scammers will approach the victims via social media if they are impersonating a prominent figure. Scammers will also claim to be romantically linked with the victim in order to persuade the victim to transfer money or send cryptocurrency. They may also claim to be an investor who will assist the victim in investing millions of dollars. The State Attorney General Office recommends, before paying someone in crypto, talk to trusted friends and family, an attorney, or an accountant. Take steps on the front end so you don't regret it later. In State College, I'm Simone Skinner for the Center County Report.
If you think you're the victim of a crypto scam, report it to your local police and the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Parents of 3 girls in the State College School District are suing, alleging Title IX violations. The 126-page lawsuit claims the district is intentionally excluding female athletes. A group of parents sued in federal court, saying their daughters were denied the opportunity to play in the State College Ice Hockey Club, which is run by a parent booster group. The parents want $100,000 in damages. The district denies the allegations.
A new era begins tomorrow at Beaver Stadium, general public alcohol sales. Penn State will begin selling beer throughout the stadium during the game against Northwestern. You'll be able to buy beer at 32 spots except near the student section. Fans 21 and older will need to show and scan an ID to get a wristband. You can buy up to 2 cans at one time. The Center County Recycling Authority is offering a new incentive for Penn State football fans to clean up their tailgate spots before hitting the stadium. Fans have a chance to win a $50 Weiss Market gift card after snapping a photo of their Tide bags and litter-free tailgate area, then tagging the authority on one of its social media platforms. For those participating, blue bags are for bottles and cans, and clear bags are for everything else. And they'll be available in the parking lot.
Still to come on the Center County Report, more on the rain left from Hurricane Ian. We check our weekend forecast.
Plus, a new restaurant opens in downtown State College. Also coming up, when you're away at college, sometimes you just need your mom. See how many women in our area are trying to fill the void for students who need a little help. A popular national chain of cookie stores has opened its doors in State College. Crumble Cookies is now in the former Joseph A. Bank location on Colonnade Way off North Atherton Street. The company has more than a dozen shops across Pennsylvania. Crumble will offer in-person ordering only for now, but will start delivery and online ordering on October 5th. The shop is open till midnight tonight.
And a new restaurant has opened in a familiar spot in State College. A French diner called Egg, Beef, and Bacon opened in the Old Babies location. The owner is best known for comfort food in her DC and New York locations. The diner is serving classic breakfast food, but also French food. They also offer sandwiches like open-faced turkey, fried chicken, and more.
Well, sometimes you need home-cooked meals like that, and other times you just need mom. Reporter Serena DeVanzo shows you some local moms helping others.
Motherly advice can go a long way in a college student's life, especially when they least expect it. Lori Rose and Sue Jackson started coming to Penn State campus in April to help build a better community feel by giving advice to students on their way to class.
We were just talking about how to reach out to our community. The student community is right here, but tends to be somewhat isolated from the rest of the community.
From friend problems to exam anxiety, Rose and Jackson have heard all kinds of stories from students, and many students enjoy talking and asking questions to them.
I liked it. I'm a big homebody, so right now, since I'm a first year, it's kind of nice just to have other moms here.
Like listening to their own moms, the advice given can help because it's specific to each person's problem.
Well, we aren't really handing out advice. We just sit here and listen to students, and if they have any questions, we let them ask questions and give just sort of motherly advice like we might give our own kids.
On top of being able to get some motherly advice, students can also get a free cookie and say hi to their dog, Ellie. In University Park, Pennsylvania, I'm Serena DeVanzo for the Center County Report.
If you need some motherly advice, you can find Rose and Jackson around Penn State's University Park campus on Wednesday afternoons.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but rain is in store for this weekend. Right now, however, it's just cloudy outside. You might have noticed we got pretty chilly this morning. We bottomed out at 39 degrees, which is below average for us this time of year. But right now we're sitting at 52. It feels like 52 degrees. That wind's calmed down a little bit compared to this morning. But across the state, overall, sitting in the mid to upper 50s, a little warmer in the cities like Philadelphia sitting at 64, Erie's a little cooler at 56, and Pittsburgh sitting at 54 degrees. Radar and satellite, these are those high clouds from Hurricane Ian that I was talking about. They're pushing into our area. You can see moving towards the north. With it, no rain right now, but don't worry, it will be coming tomorrow. This is Ian. You can see those outer bands are already in Virginia, moving up towards Maryland and our state, and that's going to continue as Ian's going to make landfall in South Carolina today. Not nearly as strong as it was in Florida, but still a Category 1 hurricane with the risk of storm surge there. So here's your Futurecast radar. This is today around noon, just those high clouds in store for us. We're going to warm up a little bit to 61 degrees, and then you can see those clouds or those rain showers are going to start creeping up from the south into our area. This is Friday night, 54 degrees. Moving through the evening, this is overnight, Saturday morning, and then we move through Saturday. This is 1:15. You can see spotty showers. It'll either be hit or miss. For the game, I think that it's not going to be any heavy rain, just a bunch of light rain that's going to persist throughout the day, but that's the headlines for this weekend. It's going to be a cloudy start with the Ian remnants in our area, and then rainy for football. We made it this far with no rain for football, but tomorrow against Northwestern, the rain is in store. So for today, 62 degrees. We had a foggy morning, but then overcast skies throughout the day. Tonight, we're going to bottom out at 48 degrees. Showers are possible as you move later on into the overnight hours. Again, those Ian remnants, but then Saturday, your game day forecast, here it is, 57 degrees as a high, increasing clouds as Ian moves in, and then here's your game day forecast. Northwestern, I hope we're going to win. 55 degrees for the tailgates. Luckily, it's a 3:30 game, so we do have a little bit of a later start, and it will be a little warmer than if we started early in the morning. 57 by kickoff, and then fourth quarter, 54, and those showers linger as the game continues. So your 7-day forecast, mostly cloudy today, showers Saturday and Sunday before we dry out for the rest of the week, and Wednesday and Thursday look like they're going to be mostly clear. So again, I'm sorry the forecast tomorrow is crummy, you guys.
Well, Caroline, with all that cold rain, looks like I'll be staying inside. How about you, Malia?
The rain isn't going to stop me from missing a game day. Austin, what do you have for us at the sports desk?
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, the Nittany Lions host Northwestern tomorrow. See how the team is preparing for the rest of the Big Ten schedule. Also coming up, we are 1 week away from Penn State men's hockey season. See how Coach Guy Godowski and the players are hoping to improve this year. I'm Austin Groff with sports. Penn State football versus Northwestern this weekend. The 4-0 Nittany Lions look to begin a tough stretch with a win.
A win over Central Michigan launched Penn State to a number 11 ranking nationally. Next, for the Nittany Lions is the heart of their Big Ten schedule. First up, their Big Ten home opener against Northwestern. Leading the charge on the offensive line for the Wildcats is 6'4" junior Peter Skoronski, who's projected to be a first-round NFL draft pick.
Well, we recruited him out of high school as well. Big, athletic, smart. We know how talented he is, got a ton of respect for him, and we know it'll be a challenge on Saturday.
Ending with a perfect 3-0 record in the non-conference schedule, Penn State looks ahead to a tough Big Ten slate. Wide receiver Mitchell Tinsley feels his transition to a Big Ten school has gone well and that he's ready for the challenge.
At the end of the day, I just want to help my team win. Of course, I came to this level to prove that I can play at the Power 5 level. So, whatever targets or whatever I get, I got to take advantage of my opportunities.
Tinsley started the scoring for the Lions last week. He leads the team with 3 total reception touchdowns alongside teammate Bretton Strange. Number 5 doesn't see a big difference playing for a Power 5 school aside from playing in Happy Valley.
The fan base is just something different like that, that I've ever been a part of. Just as far as how connected they are, how just even before we even get in the stadium, just the atmosphere as you're walking into the stadium is just crazy. Like I've never seen anything like that. So.
Kickoff for tomorrow's game is 3:30 p.m. and you can listen live on Penn State Com Radio. Let's move on to some high school football. Our After the Whistle Game of the Week tonight features an elite contest between Harrisburg and Altoona. Both teams have one loss, the Cougars winning last year's matchup 31-0. Tune in to After the Whistle tonight at 11:15 p.m. for full coverage on our PSU Belisario College Student Media YouTube channel. The State College Little Lions football team has been dominating the start to their season, and a young star has been a factor in this success. Logan Brandes has the story.
Last season, the State High Little Lions made a deep run in the District 6 playoffs. But with the team already as talented as it is, it's a freshman running back who's led the way to start the 2022 season. Through the first 5 games, Deontay Sheffy has paced the State High offense and has averaged over 38 points per game.
At an age where most haven't even thought of SATs or college essays, this State High freshman running back is putting District 6 on notice.
Sheffy already has over 600 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns through his first 5 games, good enough for over 8 yards per carry. That success came as more of a surprise for Sheffy, who's trying to help the Little Lions recapture some of last season's glory.
No, I never envisioned it. I just got good coaching and good teammates right by my side. It feels good, and it feels like we can do better, do just as good as last year.
State High has rolled through most of its opponents thus far, winning 3 of its games by multiple possessions. For head coach Matt Lintel, he knew as soon as the offseason that Deontay was his man to lead the backfield.
He's a kid that jumped in from day one. As soon as he had an opportunity to come and be around us here this summer, he really stood out. Played multiple positions throughout the summer. 7-on-7 playing running back's not as much fun, so he jumped in as slot receiver and did a great job there as well. And then once the pads came on, we slid him back into that running back slot, and he's really excelled, and he's done a tremendous job.
While the future looks bright for the freshman running back, Lintel prefers to focus on the present.
I think we're trying to stay really present and 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. I think he's got a very bright future, not just because of his talent, but because of who he is and the work ethic that he brings each and every day.
I'm Logan Barandis for the Center County Report.
Tonight, Sheffy and the Little Lions will travel to take on Central Dauphin East. Back to Penn State sports, the women's soccer team fell to Michigan State last night 2-1. After a scoreless first half, the Spartans came out of the locker room on a mission, finding the back of the net twice. A late Penn State goal from Ali Schlegel was not enough to rally a comeback. Coming into this game ranked 6th in the nation, head coach Erica Dombach said Michigan State did not seem too flustered.
I think they just had more energy on the night, I would say. The desire was there for them more than it was for us, and they beat us to the ball too often. So they were on it, we were on our heels, and just couldn't get enough grip of the game. We have to play on the front foot. Overtime's over now. We don't have that anymore to rely on, and so you've got to come after these teams, and you can't wait till the last 20 minutes of the game.
They'll look to bounce back this Sunday at Ohio State. Penn State field hockey will be getting some facility upgrades soon. A new complex upgrade will be coming, including home and visiting team dressing areas, new locker rooms, and a 1,200-seat stadium with media and television booths. The field will still be in use for the rest of the season, and the full project is set to be completed next fall. Penn State men's hockey opens its season a week from today. The team held its media day this week with Coach Guy Godowski praising the past leaders of the Nittany Lions for setting the culture to help this team be more focused. He says it starts with fifth-year senior Paul DeNaples.
Yeah, no, I mean, everyone's taking it as, okay, they don't believe in us, but we believe in ourselves and we can prove everyone wrong out here. So kind of pumps me up, and I know it pumps the whole room up that, you know, people don't think we're a team, but in reality we know we are, and we're going to go prove people wrong.
Their first game is next Friday night against Canisius. Now back to you at the anchor desks.
Thanks, Austin. Coming up next, photos, letters, and other items from a legendary writer are now on display in our area. Find out more after the break.
The Penn State University Library has acquired a treasure chest of items from legendary writer Ernest Hemingway. The Toby and Betty Bruce collection includes unpublished writings, manuscripts, handwritten letters, and over 1,000 photos of the famous 20th century writer. The New York Times calls the archive the most significant cache of Hemingway materials uncovered in 60 years. Following his death in 1961, the collection spent decades in a storage room above Hemingway's favorite bar in Key West, Florida. Penn State acquired the collection last year. It's housed in the University Library's Eberly Family Special Collections.
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us Tuesday for our next local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news and watch our stories on our Center County Report social media. You'll find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good afternoon.